Ultraspeaking is about self-expression. It's about feeling awesome, feeling like yourself, feeling comfortable in any speaking situation. And in this video, I'm going to talk about the 10 tenets that we see all ultra speakers seem to have in common. You know, those naturals that are like, that feel so themselves, that feel so at ease. Doesn't matter if it's at a party or at work, but they just feel relaxed and engaged and just like, they have these 10 things in common. They're tenets that we feel are internal. They're like habits on the inside that reflect the natural on the outside. 10 tenets, here we go. Tenet number 1, stay in character. I've talked about this a ton, so I'm not going to go into full detail. Staying in character means give it your all and try to keep your insecurities to yourself, because people look more confident by default. The only way that we break our confidence is when we leak it out with little apologies or excuses or just the discomfort of feeling nervous. Own it, stay in character, and put your best foot forward. Tenet number 2 is end strong. They pair really well together because what that means is stay in character at the very end. We talk about how at the end, it's really, really hard to land the plane because your brain, your prefrontal cortex starts to light up. It's like, oh no, it's time to end. How do I do this? Ending strong is the lowest hanging fruit of public speaking. It's all about your ability to just run through the finish line. Just put that extra confidence at the end and land the plane on your terms. Tenet number 3 is think out loud. Ultra speaking and almost all of public speaking is spontaneous. Interviewing, going on panels, presenting, one-on-one with your boss, all of that is about spontaneous speaking. It's about speaking on the fly. So thinking out loud is a key component of ultra speaking, and what it really means is just trust yourself to start talking. Start thinking out loud. That's really what speaking is. Thinking out loud is just your ability to say, I'm going to start speaking without having it all figured out in my head. And it's one of the easiest ways to get momentum. Think out loud. When in doubt, just start speaking and start thinking. Tenet number 4 is to give a damn. Give a damn is another way of saying just care about what you're saying. And you'll notice that when people don't care about what they're saying, it's kind of boring to you and maybe to them. Give a damn just means, hey, if you're going to speak, like make sure you're connected to what you're saying and you're putting that energy in. So you'll see some of the best ultra speakers, the best speakers out there, they've got that conviction. It just infuses belief into what you're saying, and that belief can be felt by the audience. Tenet number 5 is to pause and breathe. And that's really important because if you're thinking out loud and speaking with conviction and going on a roll, you might just kind of get carried away, get taken by the momentum. Pause and breathe is kind of like you're re-navigating. You're saying, okay, I'm gonna pull over and check the directions real quick. Pausing and breathing is the most important habit in speaking. Tenet number 6 is to express your emotions. That means just try and expand your range. But why do we want these emotions, especially like in the professional world? Because if you're upset about how a decision is going, you want to use that energy to express that this is important to you and that you don't necessarily agree with how things are going. Influence comes from emotion. It's about being able to inject your energy into what you're saying. And the flip side of that is if you're excited or if you're happy or if you just want to crack a joke, it's about putting more of you into the speaking, because emotion is kind of like the bowstring. Right? The more emotion you have in what you're saying, the stronger the impact of your words. And it kind of leads to the next tenet, which is show yourself. And this is the idea of like, people just want to see more of the real you. So they want to see the silly you, the quirky you, the intense you, the passionate you, like all the different emotions. The reason that we want to show them is because people crave it. We're in an age of authenticity. We all know the human aspects of being alive, and sometimes we don't see that in everybody, and we feel like, oh, they're a certain way. And we don't want people to put us in a box. No, we want to feel like we can connect as human beings. So how can we show ourselves just a little bit more? Well, I think this leads to one of the final tenets, which is speak conversationally. Speaking conversationally is like the fastest way to create connection, because it just means, hey, I'm just talking to you the way I talk to my friend. the way I talk to my family. And it doesn't have to be identical, but what it really means is how close can you get? For example, I'm speaking to a camera right now. I'm trying to use as much as I can my regular Michael voice. And I don't always hit it, because I'm also imagining. But I'm trying to match it, and when I'm in front of an audience, I try to use that same voice. And when I'm in front of my friends, I try to use the same conversational voice, and it requires the mindset of just treating the audience as a close friend and just being real. That's when speaking becomes really, really easy. We have this 9th tenet called relive moments. Reliving moments is about going back in time and saying, this is what happened and this is how I felt, and being in it. It's as if you were reliving the memory completely for the first time. It's like you took us into it. Your ability to relive a moment's really your ability to just actually experience all of the memory all over again. And the people who can do that, who can be present with what they're saying and actually travel back in time and relive it, they're the ones that make the story come alive. But at the end of the day, you can throw all the other tenets away and focus on the very last one, which is just to enjoy. Can you enjoy speaking? This is like Shavasana in yoga, where it looks like that's the easiest tenet, when Shavasana is really the hardest one, because it's all the entire yoga practice is leading up to this one final resting pose. And enjoying is kind of the same way. It's hard to enjoy speaking when you don't feel like yourself. It's hard to enjoy speaking when you don't express your emotions, when you don't think out loud, when you're kind of boxed in. So Ultraspeaking is about learning how to open the different doors of your personality and feel more comfortable, finding your comfort zone in front of people, being more like yourself, until you reach the point where it's like, oh, I know how to do this. I've been doing this my entire life, and people actually like when I'm this way. And when that happens, then enjoyment's the natural byproduct of speaking, of being yourself, and everything kind of clicks.